Okay, so we're going through the process of distributing a Google Doc as a portfolio template to a class using Teacher Dashboard. Now, very simply, Teacher Dashboard is a link to a site that provides a management overlay for every kid in your class, their Google Drive folder, the Google Sites that they create, the blogs that they create. You see all of their Google activity and have a good sense of what they are doing when they are using CloudShare as a learning platform. Okay, so what I'll take you through now is how you would distribute this to your class, how you would see their activity on the document during the course of their assessment task, how you would deliver timely and relevant feedback to them throughout that process, how they can gain feedback at various check-in points, and how you would then move forward with that task and bring it all together. Just to provide some background, you can see here that SMCC Sydney, I've got access to a Year 7 English class at one of our schools. If I click on that class, and I'll get you to open up one of your classes. Why don't you open up your Year 11 General Maths class? What you will see is a one-page overall interface of that particular class. Now, you can see there all your students should be listed. What am I seeing here on the screen? I'm seeing essentially the contents of a Google Drive folder that is in their Google Drive. It's created a folder for them. The folder is called SMCC Sydney 707 English 1 2015. Yours would be SC Waverley -11 Maths General or whatever. Okay. The beauty of this system is it's set up the organisational structure for the student to carry out their learning tasks. Kids don't have to share folders with you. It's automatically shared, provided that they do the work in that folder. There's a folder set up for every subject. Every subject that your students are enrolled in has a Google Drive folder set up in their drive. Okay. What does that mean for us? Well, for the context of this assessment task, we can actually put the portfolio document in every kid's Google Drive folder. Not only can we put it in their Google Drive folder, we'll put it in their maths folder, which instantly gives us access to their document. They don't have to share it back with us. We don't get 150 emails. That's all averted with this great management process. So, just to provide the background then, you'll see this class, SMCC Sydney 7 English 1. The question I need to ask before is, well, Teacher Dashboard, it's all good, you can see all their work, but what's happening behind the scenes? Well, behind the scenes, in Shared With Me, if I just put in okay, I should be able to see that folder. Okay, so unfortunately I wasn't able to locate that folder. It's something to do with the way it's been shared with me. But look at Anthony, for instance. Anthony's created 2 Google presentations for English, Year 7 English. That's great. So I want to give you, I just hover over it, by the way. I hover it over it and it gives me a snapshot of what he's done. All right? Now, in the interest of timely, meaningful and relevant feedback, I might want to go in and make some comments around his work. Can I do that? Yes, I can. I can open up Anthony's document. And I'm now in his document that I could then go and add comments, etc. Alright? You can see by default up the top here, it has 3 items. I can have up to 25 items showing. So, in the context of this learning task, what do we hope to do? We hope to A, disseminate the task to each of the students, and they will be editors of their own document, right? I then would hope to see the Google form in their folder that they have created. I would then see the spreadsheet where they tabulate the results from their Google form in their folder. I will be able to see up to the minute at any time what they're doing in relation to the context of this project. I could even throw this up on the board and they see that I'm engaging with some of the material. So, where to from here? Well, the first thing we need to do is obviously get the document out to the kids. This is the document. Now, once we finalise this document, what's going to have to happen is that Neela and Julie, you'll have to make a copy of this because it needs to be in your drive in order to distribute it. It can't be shared with you. It must be in your drive. Okay? So, what I'm going to do, for the purpose of demonstrating, I'm just going to make a copy here. And I'm just going to call it Chris's example. Alright? So where is this document currently residing? In my drive. Who is the owner? I am the owner. Alright, you can see up here, it's not shared with anyone. Now, I'm going to close this document. I'm going to close that document. The reason is that I can't distribute this document if it's open. Okay? Alright, now, if I just zoom in here, it's rather obscure, but in the top left-hand corner here, can you see this little copy document? If you hover over it, it's called Smart Copy. I'm going to click on that. I'm now going to select the document that I want to copy to each of the students in my class. Okay? So I'm selecting that document. Normally what happens is it will display the most recently edited document first. There's my example, yeah? So I can click on that and I select it. So there it is.
You okay?
I'm okay. There's my document there.
I thought that was your brain for that.
Okay, so I have selected that document. Mind you, I could start a new document if I wanted to. Put it all in the kids' thing and say, I want to do a brainstorm. What do you know about indices? What would you like to know about indices? How are we going to learn it? What have we learned? A whole lot of opportunities that open up using this. It's a nice, quick way to do it. Okay, so where do I go next? I go to next. Now, this is the most important thing that you can learn today about Teacher Dashboard. Okay? Copy. A separate copy of the document is created for each student. A separate copy of the document is available for each student. Every kid will get a copy in their drive and will be the owner of that document. Is that what we want?
Yep.
That's what we want. So that's what we would choose for this purpose. Share read only. The selected document is shared with students. Students can view and copy the document but cannot edit it. No, these documents do not appear in Teacher Dashboard. Why might we use that?
Just want them to refer to something but not act on it.
Yeah. It could be a piece of reading, you know, it could be an exam, like it could be an AIS exam that you haven't put up on a Google slide anywhere, but you want it in the kids' drive. Do you see it in your teacher dashboard? No, but they've still got access to it. Okay? It's still in their drive. And I'm not going to go the reason why it doesn't display in teacher dashboard because it's all around permissions. Share, read, comment. Selected document is shared with students. Students can view and copy the document, but cannot edit it. So you might have a piece of reading that you know those articles that we linked into the task, the Sydney Morning Herald articles. You might say, okay, I want you to write some comments down the side. Well, they could do that. Again, you could distribute those documents to them via this method. Finally, share, read, write. This selected document is shared with students. Students can edit the document. All changes are visible to other students. This is your collective brainstorm. One document, every kid has editing rights to that document. Okay? Might be, what do you know about Pythagorean theorem? Like, how have you seen it applied in the real world? And every kid's just editing the same document, right? So there's your 4 options. For this scenario, we want every kid to have their own copy. So I go next. Okay. Select a title for the document to be created. This is where, if I really wanted to, I could say, using that little hint down here, percentage F to insert student's first name, I could put percentage F, comma S, Year 11 Mathematics General Communication Task Scaffold. So when it goes into Anita's Google Drive folder, it's going to say Anita's Year 11 Mathematics, Neela's Year 11 Mathematics General, Julie's, John's, etc. It's going to pick up their first name. Okay? I go next. Which students should the document be shared with? Do I want it every kid in my class?
Yep.
The answer is yes. If, for instance, they were doing a differentiated activity, you could break them up into groups. And the groups are based on colour. You can put kids in coloured groups and they get a different document based on where their learning's at. They might be extension, they might be support, they might be core. They get different documents based on that grouping. We're just going to select each individual. Okay, we go next. If existing document matches the new document's title, leave existing document in place, no copy. If it matches the new document's title, you want to delete that, then you can. Basically what that means is, say you distribute it to your class, so we're going to the class and you think, oh my god, we forgot to put a spot in the template where they needed to do X. We need to add that. Okay, the first lesson's tomorrow. I've already distributed a document. What do? Well, I've updated the template. Julie's updated her template. You can redistribute the same document and delete the previously distributed one from their drive. Okay, override it basically. Make sense? Okay, for most part, you're just going to leave it in place. No new copy. So I go next. So it's telling me this is the document. These are the kids it's going out to. I'm going to start copy. Okay. Now, this can take up to 10 minutes. All right? It's starting to happen here. And I will get an indication as it starts moving down of each kid that it's been copied to. A little green window will appear with a tick next to them. What's happening in the back end here? It's getting the document, file, make a copy, share it with Anita Whittingham, change ownership to Anita Whittingham, putting in this Google Drive folder. It's doing all this at the back end. Okay? That's why it takes a bit of time. So once this has run its course, I will see Abdel James's Year 11 communications task. I will see Clayton Rasmussen's Year 11 communications task. Okay.
Comments back to the kid.
Yeah. So up here, if I just zoom in over on the right-hand side, see that little window? What do you reckon that little icon means? Refresh. Good. So at any point throughout the lesson, say I've got this up on the board and I'm going over, I'm helping Julie, I come back, Neela wants my help, I can just refresh